Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now. Biggest gangster in the state of Texas, no questions. Trying to stop our brothers and sisters from living reckless. Going live, trying to improve the community. So connect with us, we bring unity. Freedom fighting, on the grind for the people. Power of God, helping us defeat evil.
Don't tell me about the power of God. Man, the power of God, man. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
On the air, trying to give our people guidance. Gloves up, guns down, we trying to stop the violence. Minister Jeremiah got the nation behind us. Every Saturday at 3 p.m., that's where you find us.
And then, you know, and we can't just depend on, like, okay, or try to down our people by them not, you know, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. Well, why didn't you put them on game?
Attorney Bruce, Mix Foxy, and Dr. Candace bring the cameras. We got receipts and hammers.
Praise your holy mighty name, our Father who art in.
Amen. We the voice of the people, so please listen. Creating accountability for these politicians. Still support the victims while trying to fix the prisons. It's gloves up, it's guns down. Please support the mission. Coming live from Mo City, and we here to win. You trying to help get down with the movement then.
We need mental health. We need money. We need diamonds and gold. You owe us, America.
You know what's up. This one produced by Chuck. Just trying to use the platform to lift the people up. Reduce the death rate of people the same color as us. So put the guns down and pick the gloves up. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now.
Yo, what's up? What's up? We're back. We back for another episode of Gloves Up, Guns Down with the legendary Johnny Binder Jr., aka Dr. David Jeremiah. It's your boy Chuck. We in the building, Mo City Studios. We got Miss Kathyrn guesting with us today. And so y'all know what it is. This is the place where we try to come to y'all with the latest current events, the latest criminal activity and goings on in our city and around the world in this country. And we got another good episode for y'all today. So we're glad for y'all to tap in with us. If you hear something you like, you see something you want to say, man, get in the comments. We'll definitely address you accordingly. We might have some special guests tapping on with us a little bit later.
Kathyrn Griffin, I want to get her on soon we get started because she's in New York. She just landed the plane. So I want her to speak on all this shooting and killing, whatever she want to say.
Okay,
Kathyrn,
shout out to Kathyrn Griffin.
You want to do it now? Put on.
We gotta hang up with her because we don't have an
Okay,
echo.
we hang up with you. We're going to put you on now.
Man, so we're gonna start off with
yeah, she big. She big.
Kathyrn Griffin, add her to the stage.
Yeah, she worked with Precinct 1. She worked with more women than anybody in the state of the United States.
All right, well, adding to the stage, Miss Kathyrn, can you hear me?
Unmute your phone. Kath, unmute your phone. Ms. Griffin, unmute your phone.
Mic check. Miss Kathyrn, can you hear us?
Let's see.
Yeah, she muted right now.
She muted?
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell her.
We're trying to get a very important guest on the phone right now.
Yes, we are. You got somebody who that is? That's Michael.
Okay, can you hear me?
There she
Yes,
go.
I
There
can.
she
I
go.
can't hear you.
There she go.
We can't hear you.
Hey,
now.
everybody.
Hi, Miss Kathy.
Let me introduce her because you don't know who this is. You know, you can go speak to her, Chuck, but I'm going to introduce her.
All right, well, go ahead, do the introduction first.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have that many chance to do what I'm finna do. She be a part of my movie, my life. She saved my life, and I saved her. Ladies and gentlemen, I know y'all know this is. This is Kathyrn Griffin. She worked with more women that think they prostitutes than any woman that I know in the state of the United States. I just want to say that when I kidnapped her, I know y'all don't like them words, but I had to do it. God told me and allowed me to do it and saved her baby because she was finna smoke crack and didn't want the child. So this woman now runs a jail. She's got a courtroom in precinct 1. And then she got stuff in the prison where she go and see girls. I've been there twice. I cried twice. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to go no further. Some of y'all know her. This is Kathy Griffin, the one and only. And she will speak about what's going on in this city and how foolish we are shooting and killing one another. Ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause for Miss Kathy Griffin.
Hey, so Kath, we definitely welcome you to Gloves Up, Guns Down. Thank you for tapping in with us this afternoon. And so I'm kind of definitely excited to hear. I ain't gonna call it your testimony per se, but definitely some information about what you're doing for kids and what your goal is out here, and more importantly, how we can help.
Well, you know, it's sad that all of us have. First of all, thank you for having me. It's sad that we've gotten away from just the old school.
Come on.
Everybody done got their behind beat one good time to know how not to get another butt whooping.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you walk away, you might have a black eye, busted lip, and you might even have a broke knuckle, but you're still alive. You know, and for whatever reason, I'm in New York City today and I'm just looking at all of the violence.
My God.
Just since I've been here landing today.
Mm.
And, you know, it's mind-boggling why we have so much hatred first
My God.
in our own race,
My God.
our own community. We so afraid of somebody getting $2 over the two you trying to get. And instead of being happy for that person, they want to snatch you down.
My God.
Everybody want to carry a pistol. Everybody want to act like they are the Gestapo.
In the Wild Wild West.
You know, Ben Cartwright, Annie Oakley. Really? Bullets are forever.
My God.
And if God has allowed us to be the age we are, the children aren't even getting a chance to experience any of the phases because they're being cut short over ignorance, stupidity, materialistic entitlement values, black women going against other black women, black men pulling other black men down, backstabbing, backbiting.
Let me ask you
Everything
this.
is
Let me ask
about
you
the
this, Ms.
dollar.
Griffin. If
Sir?
I said, let me ask you this because what you're saying is definitely known, right? You literally you kind of stating the obvious, and so my question is because it's been like that for generations, right? Since you was younger, since he was younger. I'm in my mid 40s right now. It was like that when I was in my 20s and teens, and so
I don't want to cut you off, but it's never been this bad. It's never been this bad. Never.
Here's why I might disagree, OG.
I can fight you, but let's go with it.
Because now we got technology. So before it just wasn't televised.
Yeah, but more young people being killed, more women being killed.
Right now. And
Right this minute,
prostituted.
over 1 million black women been kidnapped in the last 10 years. That ain't never happened.
New Orleans been the murder capital forever.
Yeah,
so I'm saying killing's always been high.
New Orleans, Chicago,
My
and now
point.
Houston.
And now it's just being recorded is what I'm saying.
Miami, Memphis, Miami, even Mississippi. But let me just say this. You see, everybody is hustling, trying to make it, trying to come up. Everybody talking about I'm gonna go get it and come back with it, and you ain't coming back with nothing but an obituary.
My God.
And so,
My
how
God.
can we as Black people move forward when we can't even get out of our own culture of envy, jealousy, bucket of crabs, so we can go deal with the real demons that are out there laughing? They put
Hello.
things and made things available to us that were never made available before. Been plotting for centuries.
That's a fact.
Centuries.
That's a
And
fact.
first of all, we fall prey to all the lies that they print, even about Black people, on the internet.
Come on.
And now you want to pull what we do know to be factual out of the schools. Now you don't even want to fund public schools.
Come on.
Then you want to send these children and say they're homeschooled when the parents didn't even get out of school themselves. And we don't understand what even the mathematics. And let me just take let me give you one example.
Come on. Come on.
I saw you go to the store. Proper English, talk 40s, 50s, 60s. It is acceptable even for celebrities, Black, white, and other. I seen that's incorrect. Instead of saying, I don't know, we just abbreviate IDK. SMH, shaking my head. Old folks like us, if I wasn't in the mix of all ages and doing what I'm doing in this sex trafficking and prostitution arena, I wouldn't be able to be up with all of the terminologies and technologies and all of the isms that
But
they have.
you don't find a problem with that though, right? I mean, I could see the incorrect English definitely address that. But as
Well,
far as
if
like
it comes
shorthand
time to
text,
go fill out an application, there's a difference in having a job and having a career. Even if you run a business, if you can't spell the products, okay, of what your goods are that you're selling, are you going to abbreviate them all? We got to take it back. If everybody just stop.
Come
I
on.
was reading an article where the man is begging people, just stop going to Target for a minute.
Come on.
And Target lost $2 billion just with the few folks that did
Come on.
adhere
Martin.
to, let's just
Roll-
show them
Roller
that the
Martin.
black dollars is running the economy. The day that we were all supposed to just do it for 24 hours, I looked out my window and there wasn't nothing over there at HEB for black folks. I'm like, we can't even just be still for 24 hours to show we have power, but we keep giving it away.
Come on.
You hustling backwards.
so that's a
We
lot.
have enough people. It amazed me when China exposed. Now, mind you, people out there killing each other, robbing each other for Nikes, Jordans, Louis Vuitton, Gucci's, Hermes, you name it. Designer stuff. And China said, guess what? It all comes from the same factory. It ain't coming from Paris. It's not coming from there. We're doing this. And we're just changing the zippers and the quality of the stripping and the stitching on it. Only difference, all of the material, the counterfeit, it ain't counterfeit, it's just the scraps. But you can just get it directly from us now. You don't have to go in those high price stores. People have lost their lives trying to get a pair of shoes. That child labor, 8, 9, 10-year-olds in sweatshops making stuff, and we spending $35,000. Are you serious? If you got a $35,000 purse, you better have $35 million to put in it.
Say that.
I don't get it.
So let me interject for a second because you said a lot, right?
Yes, you did. Yes, well, I let it go.
You said a lot, and I definitely appreciate it. But if I could interject an objective opinion here, and I'm curious to get your feedback on it. Shout out to Breonna Taylor and Yahweh and our other guests.
Yahweh, Breonna Taylor.
Yeah,
Breonna on your Kathyrn, your young goddaughter.
Yeah. So we'll
God
bring them
bless
on
you.
in a minute.
And I'm
But
sorry, I went all over the place with
No,
I
you.
know,
you
and it's all good. It's all
It's
good.
all good.
But I do want to touch on a few of the things you said, right? And because one was, I think, was critically important was about the coming together, right? Like how we couldn't even go support the
24 hours.
DEI initiative and not shop at certain stores, right?
Just for 24 hours.
So I think that in situations like that, we as a people who are down with the cause and who support the cause and support the message probably have to do a better job of amplifying the message. Because I know a bunch of people who just ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Like just didn't know that we shouldn't be shopping or spending with these brands on this particular day. Right. And so I want to hold, before I place blame, I try to figure out what we could have done better. Right. And so I like to hold ourselves accountable for not necessarily amplifying the message.
More.
More, right? Because I knew, but I can honestly say I didn't hit everybody in my phone
I didn't do enough.
and be like, y'all, bro, I didn't share the awareness to my immediate circle of people.
I didn't do enough.
You know what I'm saying? And so if everybody would have just done that, right? Imagine the ripple effect of results that would have had.
Instead of being 2 billion, it could have been 4 billion
or more.
So
I got 3,000 contacts in my phone.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? And probably 50 of them that I use regularly. And so if I'd at least just hit them 50 people,
yeah, come on.
You know what I'm saying? And they hit 50 people, then we could have done more. So I wanted to touch on that because you was right. I saw people shopping as well and doing stuff, and the hit that they lost could have been much bigger. Other thing you talked about was you brought up using abbreviations like shaking my head or I don't know. And I was trying to get some clarity on the intent behind bringing it up. And I think I know. I'm going to just make sure I was kind of got what you were saying. And I think you was comparing that to or correlating that to teenagers or youth who just can't spell or read. And that's because they're using abbreviations like SMH or I don't know or LOL or whatever it is.
Miss Kathy, can I say something?
Yes.
I used to hire people. And I used to train them when they came through corporate America doors. And it's not that they don't know how to read or literacy problem. That's a whole nother issue. It's a sense of appropriateness.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I see you standing in line for a job fair and you have on pajamas, house shoes, and a bonnet, that correlates back to you not knowing when to change up. We talk about code switching.
Mm-hmm.
We always talk about, oh, she's trying to sound white, but we don't talk about that code switching when it comes to leave the hood in the hood or the ghetto in the ghetto. And when you enter these doors, you are a professional now.
Mm-hmm.
That's not there anymore. So you got on your hooker heels and your shirt, you dress up to wherever. Guys, you don't dress up either. You got on tennis shoes, white t-shirt, however it is, but it's not professional attire.
Mm-hmm.
So we've lost our sense of appropriateness. So when you're filling out that application, you don't know when to turn it off.
Well, and that definitely comes from education and the changes in the times, right?
Yes,
changes
but
in the times.
It is, but you can't excuse it because it becomes an output of their work too.
Depends on the job.
If I have you if you are dealing with the public, I got you talking to other people,
mm-hmm.
or even if you're just interpersonal, we're
mm-hmm.
just dealing with other staff members. You need to know how to conduct yourselves, and many of these kids don't have that now.
No, they don't. But and the only reason I push back is because I've been 20 plus years in corporate America. I've been as an entrepreneur. I've been in education. I've kind of been in these different industries, and so what I've learned, and here's a good corporate America example. Yeah, I'm finna bring all of them on because I like their input as well.
Yeah, bring Yahweh. He call your police officer. He call.
And so my
we'll bring Brian after him.
My corporate question is at a company, let's say like Amazon
mm-hmm.
or Google or Tesla or any of these kind of up and coming brands right now that don't require the suit and tie, the CEO not in the suit and tie, they walking around in jeans and t-shirts as the daily norm. With more and more people searching and looking for these jobs is the point I'm making, right?
You come for the job you want, you come for what you aspire to, not the job that you're applying to.
And that was the education point I was making, right? Because you're right. But I just wanted to say that there's a lot of opportunities that's out now that don't require a certain level of professionalism that our generation is used to.
Right. But if you show up that way, they remember you because I'm gonna remember, hey, you actually came ready today.
Yeah. Let me say this.
Man, shout out to
Ms.
Brianna
Griffin.
Taylor. Shout out to
Yeah.
Miss Griffin back with us.
Yeah.
Yahweh.
Yahweh, we're gonna put you on in a minute. Brianna, we're gonna put you on. Can we put them all on?
They all on right
Yeah,
now.
they are.
Okay. Oh, they can hear us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And watch us.
This is wonderful. Ms. Griffin, what you said about the girls that's prostitutes, they not prostitutes, been acting as prostitutes. I want to give you something on here. I thank you, and anybody that will come assist would thank you. You work with more women thinking they're prostitutes. You have put a lot of hours in, I think 23 to 25 years. Is that right?
23, it'll be 24 in November.
That's a long time. Give a round of applause on that, man. You know what
And so how can we, like, speaking of amplifying messages, like obviously you probably got a goal, right? Or at least a call to action, like someone who's maybe in that life and needs an out, needs somebody to talk to, needs a transition. Do they, how you got a website they can go to, a toll-free number they can call?
Let me say this. The work that I do needs, a lot of it is anonymous because there are people that are hiding out from traffickers, they're abusers, and I'm not one of those people that's saying, look at me, look what I'm. That's not my mission. It's going to take young women with permission. I will not give your story, Brianna, but can I just use a couple of points?
Brianna,
Can she hear me?
Yeah, she can hear you.
Unmute your phone, Brianna.
Did you hear what I just said, Brianna?
It's breaking up just a little bit.
Okay.
No, I didn't. No, ma'am.
Okay, I'm saying, with your permission, not telling your story, just giving a few pointers, because it's going to take young women like you who came to me at a young age and didn't listen, but God led you back to me. Now, everything that I tried to protect you from, you fell into, and now I'm having to help you work your way out of it. And, you know, I'm an old woman. So they might, oh, that old lady don't know what she's talking about. But where some wouldn't listen to me now, they will listen to you, because God knows if you'd only just listened, we wouldn't be where we are. But by the grace of God, He led you back to me for me to help get you out of the lion's den. And I want to say this too. I was talking about the design. Everybody like nice things.
Right.
And when you work hard, you should treat yourself. It don't matter what it costs. But but you gotta, we as a people in general, black, white, blue, green, purple, whatever, we gotta stop living above our means so that we can take it step by step. You know, while we go by a $35,000 bag, you can get a piece of property. They're not making dirt.
Yeah, you can.
Yep.
They're having trouble connecting. Hold on.
Yeah, but all this education, right? All of that is stuff that we should be taught.
We got
y'all
to
back
teach them that,
up?
but they don't know.
Yeah, I'm here.
But
I'm talking about them.
Yeah,
we hear you.
They having a Wi-Fi problem.
No, we
whatever you think that is
well, that I don't have to say anymore.
Relevates about
I don't have to say anymore,
situation you can speak on.
You know,
but
that's enough. They don't need to know your
Let me say this, Kathyrn. Then I'm gonna go to
like
Yahweh.
tell your story.
Let me go to this.
We're working on your story.
Yeah, and I'm gonna help you.
And I'm going.
We going
finale yet, so
we going together to make sure.
Almost there.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're in the midst of the recipe.
Let me say this, Ms. Griffin.
I'm not sure if they can hear.
Yes, can.
Or what?
Can you hear me?
Sir, can you hear?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Did you hear what we were saying?
Yeah, we heard everything you said. Listen, I want to say something to you. You are a miracle. You was pretty as Beyonce, and God used me to kidnap you to save your daughter and my life at the same time. So
Y'all
when
have
that
made me
movie,
listen to Farrakhan videos for days.
yeah, and I put the burglar bars on her house, on
On
my
your
house,
house, shoot.
and locked her in there for 30 days because I was gonna make sure she kicked that habit. Because she had one of my fools that gave her some drugs at my house at Sass and Sophisticated. And I didn't know how weak I was. I thought I was strong. But when I seen her pregnant,
Back up. When I saw her.
when I saw her pregnant, help me out, help me out. When I saw her pregnant, it done something to me. And God said, "What you gonna do now? You might kill that child because you hustling." And God said, "Is it worth it?" I jumped out that car. I whooped them folks up in there.
He did.
And I got her, throw her in the car, kidnapped her, put the balls around the house, stayed in there with her for a while, and made sure she kicked her habit. So
Left
she
me
could
in there with some
have
woman and she got me out of there. She helped me escape.
one woman was jealous and she was so pretty.
Help her get out.
She wanted to get out. Yeah.
She got me out of there. I was wherever you are, lady. Thank you, Lord.
Hey, well,
Oh
okay,
my God.
Brianna, I'm definitely glad to hear that as Ms. Griffin put it, you on the upside, right, coming out the situation that you was in, and so I'm just thankful to hear that. I'm thankful for your life and glad that you could be a testimony and not just a story, right? Another statistic, and so
Yeah.
so I'm grateful for that. Tell me about Yahweh, man.
Yahweh, come on, man. Miss Griffin, you know him. He work at precinct I think 6. That's Griffin.
At sheriff's department, and I do now. I retired, but I just go one day a week. Can you hear
Tell her
me?
who you are.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Tell Miss Griffin who you are.
Miss Griffin, I first met you a while ago at one of Dolores Parker's events, and I admired the work.
Lord Parker, that's my uncle.
Well,
that's JT uncle.
Shape
Yeah, Shape Center.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. Can't hear Miss Griffin? Miss Griffin, you can't hear him?
Miss Griffin mic muted.
Your mic muted.
Your mic muted.
You can hear now, Miss Griffin? Hey, can you hear her? Can you hear her?
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Okay. And I met her, and she was such a blessing for me that day, listening to her story then.
Come on.
Many of y'all, I've worked in the jail and prison. You see things all the time. But when people can ascend in this life in situations and come out of situations, that's a person, as Dr. Jeremiah, these are people, and the other young lady, these are people who were actually used by God. Even though you went through all of these different avenues in life,
come on,
they were really used by the Creator for the time as of right now, helping others get out of their situations. And I'm thankful that I've had a chance to be in the midst of some great brothers in this time. You don't know how much of a blessing it is when you look at the condition. She covered so much and was so on point about everything. I don't have too much to add, but I want to add two things. You talked about the violence.
Come on, violence. Come on. The shooting and the killing. What can we do as you being a Hebrew Israelite and a police officer, as you seeing Johnny Binder was the biggest gangster in the state of Texas? Now, I gave my life to God. Now I want to be the biggest hope dealer, not dope dealer, to bring people to God. And you know me when I was crazy. Now you know me when I got a little sense. So I'm saying to you, what can we do to stop? Because Willie Lynch is out there, 1712, 300
Absolutely.
years. Yeah. So what
I
can we
wanted
do
to
to
add
stop our young
some.
people?
I wanted us to consider this. First thing, the chemicals in the food. I
Come on.
brought this up at a minister's thing in Fort Bend Ministers Association. I said at some point we're talking about the mentality of the children. At some point, we need to start investigating and studying the chemicals that are in this food. Anytime you see any of the dyes, the red six, the yellow, they cause the neurons in your brain
Come on,
not
man.
to function on a level that it should. You'll kill your mama. You'll lose it just like that. They had an article the other day in the black community. We were not ready for the. We're not ready for the mental health issues that are affecting Black America.
Come on.
Yeah.
I think it was one of the newspapers. They should have them at the large place and in some areas. We need to look at the food. Secondly, when the minister talked a long time ago about the music industry, we
Come on.
know. I'm gonna just push forward.
Push it.
The beats that are being used today are beats that control your whole mind.
Come on. Come on. What are you talking? Come on.
And the words that we're listening to, when will we attack these? These are, I don't care where you go, like Master P say, everybody want to be a gangster now. You know, at some point we need to look at these things, study them, because we may not all have the answers, but these are points of reference where they are killing us now. As one guy said, the most dangerous place right now in America is a grocery store.
My God.
If we're not shooting and killing each other, that place right there is the most designed place of death.
Come on.
That we can imagine.
That's a fact.
You remember back in the days in the neighborhood when they used to have the little stores? They were real little. Everything was, you just had your flour. Now you go in there, it's massive. Everything is in a box. With chemicals they don't have to name. I'm telling you, we need to study this.
Can I add this?
Please.
Yes.
And if you look, I went to a training on vapes. They have a baby starter vape kit for children with flavors, starting them out with chemicals in there, not getting them prepared to do this intake into their lives. Let me tell you, all you got to do, everybody talking about they so tired, they drain. So what do they go get? Red Bull. They go get Monsters. They go get all these energy drinks. And if you are testing, doing a drug test, if you keep drinking it, eventually you're going to pop positive for amphetamine. That's why we beg people in treatment or this on paper, do not drink the energy drinks. And then I've been dealing with my husband over there at MD Anderson. I have never seen thousands of teenagers, 20 and 30-year-olds, not the old people, these babies with cancer. And what did they do? They smoke weed, had fentanyl. They drink Red Bulls. They drink Monsters, Foco, Loco, all kind. Oh my God. And they roll in the weed in the cigar paper with the weed has been, I mean, not the weed, but the tobacco that they put on the ground already saturated the tobacco leaf with chemicals. Then you mix that weed with all, back in the day, when you smoke weed, you knew if you smoke weed because you're gonna have some seed burns in your seat and in your clothes. Ain't no seeds in none of this. Ain't no seeds in none of this. They smoking everything.
So
And it's
so a lot of this,
killing them. And
I
the
think it's
mental
back to
health
the
is through the roof.
education, right? I think it's back to the education because there is information. Like y'all both sharing a bunch of information.
A bunch.
You know what I'm saying?
And we need
that needs to be distributed, that needs to be shared. Like I read about the red dye number 5 and red dye number 2 and blue number 3 and how they triggered HDHD and how they trigger if you I read a study a few weeks ago that correlated hot chips and Takis to suspensions and expulsions from teenage kids, right? Like, and it was a real correlation, right? And so you're right, like absolutely right. And so I'm not negating that, but what I am trying to do is to those who may be watching now while we live or may catch this later as it's recorded, post in the comments. Like, I would love to see what type of solution, not even what type of solutions, because we know the solutions, right? You got to eat better, got to plant your own food. We know what to do, you know what I'm saying? But the force.
How you gonna plant your own food when you got creosote in the dirt?
Say that again.
None of the dirt in America is all of it's depleted of any nutrients.
And the Europeans don't want nothing we got food wise in other countries. They know that everything we got over here is garbage. Even when they call it organic, it's not.
Oh, it's not. To the fact that any American food that's in another country got a whole nother label on it, a warning label.
Of course.
You know, like a toxicity label on it. And so, but that's a bigger challenge, right? Because we're talking about a current society where we fired the head of the FDA. Like, you know what I'm saying? And so that's an entirely different challenge, right?
I wanted to share something else too. Do you know that the computers and the phones, because most of them are in blue and there's what they call ionic blue on the computer, they can control your brain waves through this. And keeping the human was created. You were on a frequency. Everything that they do is operating off of megahertz.
Yep.
Also, when your body is not connected to this earth, walking in the earth, just barefooted sometimes, you're more susceptible to disease. These are things need to be researched, need to be studied on a more serious note with those of like minds, of course, so that you can make people aware of what's going on.
Yeah, they need to be
This is really serious with the frequency because they have you operating off of frequency, and your whole anatomy, that cell that's in that nucleus, it operates off of a frequency. When you are not at that level, don't you even know that? That's why they serve us what they call junk food, because it takes us
to a low frequency. Yeah.
Let me say something to all of y'all. They've been serving almost 42 years Ritalins. If I get caught with Ritalin, I go to prison. And they've been dumbing our children down with the Ritalin drug. They wanted to put the NARC plant in the girl on, but it was killing too many of them, so they stopped. Let me also say this. In Atlanta, they took the Infamil, Gerber, and Similac and put that stuff in there, and almost 65% of the young men over there became gay. They ain't just thought they want to be gay. These people are trying to take our manhood like they did in slavery, when they would take the biggest man and put him on 4 and go in the back of him and have sex with him in the front of the women. So what we trying to teach our young people, that our ancestors died for us. So you need to listen to Kathyrn. You need to listen to Yahweh. You need to listen to Kathyrn here, Rihanna, April 25 years old. We need to listen to each other, and we need to stop taking our $1.3 trillion, giving it back to massa, and we have nothing. We need to stop our pastors being so active, giving $11 billion back every year to Massa again. We need our own church bank private. We need our own credit union, our own finance company. We have to take our money and do what our Chinese brothers done. When you go down Bel Air, I met the man. I was listening to Kathyrn the other day. I didn't say nothing to her, but now I'm going to tell her. I know that man. I stayed with him 2 days. The man got a bank. He owned the National Bank. I met his wife. She had so much zero. I'm talking about 2-3 little pieces worth off of $1 million and driving a Rolls Royce and in the back seat. So I stayed with him the whole day. He took me to eat. It took him 53 years to build that. They got 622 businesses. They own all that is worth $16 billion. We over here got MLK only. They got 622 goddamn business. We ain't got nothing. They're my little brother with the brown eye. That's why we need to take our money and use it wisely. Like Kathyrn was saying, we always want some name brand Caucasian buffoonery. We labelistic. We are labelistic ignorant.
Labelistic.
Thank you.
Trained
to be labelistic.
And when you talked about sticking together, man, that's going to be a hard task because most of our leaders in the community that have the bulk of the people are the ministers in that community. I don't know if you know some that's conscious. Maybe we can call a meeting with them.
What are you about?
And because that's the only way we're able to move some things. I had to go to a bank in Sugar Land. I had to go and serve the people. When I got there, they had nobody white. They had nobody black. They were all Arab. I had to serve the vice president. I said, man, let me ask you a question after I did my business. I said, let me ask you a question. I said, what do y'all do here? Because I didn't even know y'all exist.
Come on.
Well, we operate really off of a hedge fund. We don't want to get into the banking here.
Teach.
That was the key word.
Hedge
your own hedge fund.
Hedge fund. Miss.
You can listen to anybody you want to.
They put their own money. The billionaires,
Yeah.
millionaires, they put their own money and they borrow money from each other and give money to people like Shark Tank, people that's qualified to run businesses. They've been doing that, but we don't do that because we still got Willie Lynch, fear, distrust, and envy. We don't trust each other. That's why when I called you today and told you to get me to Tyler Perry where I could do this move, go to Ezekiel 34. I need it right now. So I want to show you why the pastors doing what they're doing. It's in the Bible. God knew they was going to do it. It's in Ezekiel 34. God said, you clothed yourself. You fed yourself, but you did not feed my flock. And God said, you have scattered them all over the world. And God said, open it up. I want you to think I'm making this up. And God, Ezekiel 34. God said, I will come and remove all of you. So almost 90% of these pastors, I want y'all to hear me. Almost 90% of these pastors, house niggas, I want a knife. I said it. Y'all just doing and dancing around. You're not teaching what's relevant. You teaching when some little white boy got a book, a book that they wrote. I asked Pastor C.L. Jackson, I said, what this book is? This is a Sunday school book. I said, what you say? You got to follow it. I said, no, I'm not following this book. This book is not relevant to me. My people are dying right now. This stuff talking about 6,000 years ago, 4,000 years ago. If it's not relevant to the day, what Kathyrn doing, what I'm doing, what Chuck doing, what we doing, what my police officer doing, what Brianna doing, we need to talk about what the hell we need to do right damn now and stop playing. And all you house niggas and all y'all scared of Massa and Trump and the rest of them, run your punk self on. But I'm saying I'm going to stand up for God. And God told me in Jeremiah 15, if I be a spokesperson, if all of them cats that come against me, God will be with me. We got to stand up and tell our people the truth. And all you pastors that can't tell your people the truth, get your ragged ass out the pulpit. Because God is going to get you. Read it for yourself. Because I don't want you to think I'm making this up. Read it. I want Kathyrn and all of them hit it.
Ezekiel 34.
Listen, y'all.
What verse you want?
Right, 2, 3, and 4. Say it. Watch this, y'all.
Then the word of the Lord came to me saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say to those shepherds, thus says the Lord God, woe, shepherds of Israel who have been feeding themselves.
Come on.
Should not be shepherds, feed the flock. You eat the fat and clothe yourselves with wool. You slaughter the fat sheep without feeding the flock. Those who are sickly you have not strengthened.
Listen.
The diseased you have not healed. The broken you have not bound up. The scattered you have not brought back. nor have you sought for the lost, but with force and with severity you have dominated them. They were scattered for lack of a shepherd.
Listen.
And they became food for every beast of the field.
Everybody eat black folks. Everybody use us. Everybody come to America use black people. They done dumbed us down. We can't even damn read. 44% of the people finish school and function literate. Because it was 310 years they would even let us read. When we read now, we get sleepy. This Bible is telling you why. Keep going, Chuck.
They were scattered for in the Bible. Shepherd, and they became food for every beast of the field that was scattered. My flock wandered through all of the mountains and on every hill. My flock was scattered all over the surface of the earth, and there was no one to search or seek for them. Therefore, you shepherds, hear the word of the Lord. As I live, declares the Lord God. Surely, because my flock has become a prey, my flock has even become food for all of the beasts of the field.
All the beasts of the field, these churches, all the beasts, keep reading.
For lack of a shepherd. And my shepherds did not search for my flock, but rather the shepherds fed themselves and did not feed my flock.
The pastors feeding themselves, Miss Griffin, but not, don't you know if all those coming
together? You know you don't want me to talk about all the Reverend Pastor Dr. Do wrongs.
I know you know.
You better leave me quiet on this.
Okay. Come on, keep going. Watch this. What God said. God got him. Watch this, Yahweh.
Thus says the Lord, behold, I am against the shepherds, and I will demand my sheep from them and make them cease from feeding
God
sheep.
gonna demand the people to come from up under them live. Easter and Christmas and Valentine. You want to give a woman a teddy bear, a $99 teddy bear, she go get butt naked and give her heaven to hell for a teddy bear. Easter come talking about some Easter bunny. Can
I say this?
Say it.
Truth is, we've gotten away from even understanding Jesus died.
Come on.
He rose. Instead, we're going to
supposed to be Resurrection Day. Supposed to be Resurrection Day, not Easter.
A Roman practice.
Come on.
Where the men would go get drunk and the women would get pretty and put the makeup on and their best clothes. And that's where the Easter parade, like truth, but lying the way they distorted it, came from. The men would go out, the egg, fertilization.
Come on.
Easter egg hunt. The men got drunk, and whoever they caught when they went out to the parade is who they got to have. Okay? Then you want to know why. You got all these illegitimate, even like me, I'm illegitimate. Somebody said the other day, you know you're illegitimate. No, I'm legitimate because I belong to God. He just put me in that. He put me in that white woman's womb that I never met, and I came out that black man's scrotum. Because God let that happen so I could be here. I ain't even mad at her. I don't know what she was going through. But we fall prey. All of that was designed for one thing only. Currency. Money.
Come on.
People go to jail more during the holidays in the black community.
That's a fact.
And the projects because we went and had to steal some stuff because we need to give our children some shit. I'm tired of children. The only birthday cards or gifts they get is some penitentiary handmade birthday card or handkerchief that was colored with the paper from a Tootsie Pop and some deodorant. I know, I've been there. I know about behind them bars. So, and we didn't even buy the children a gift card or any of that when we was in the world, but yet you got your eyelashes on long enough to wash the back one, hair weave down to your ankles. And then you're going to say, Miss Kathy, can you buy my children some toys for Christmas? And you hit every toy giveaway. Save $1, save $1 a week or $1 a day. And maybe let your nails go for a minute. Quit putting all that non-treated germophobic hair in your head, beating your head like this because you got bacteria in it.
This is a good show here, boy.
That's back to the education. Back to the education. But I want to be certain that we educate and not and not judge.
No, we're not
I'm
judging.
not judging. I'm
But,
stating
and I'm not saying you are,
it's
but
time to
We
wake
let them know
up.
what they do,
It's time
and
to
now
wake
we're gonna give
up.
them a way out of it.
It's time to wake up. There's
no,
another way.
definitely.
I came from. I was a street urchin. I tell people I went so low I had to look up just to see the bottom of my feet. I was comfortable living in my cardboard box on Skid Row. What? That's
My
not
God,
even humane.
my God.
So if I can come from the biles and the file
Come on,
pits
come on,
that we created out here in God's gift to us, which is life and land and air,
come on.
we continue to contaminate with BS. I'm doing so good, I ain't cussing today. I'm using abbreviations. Y'all got me abbreviating things.
That's
I ain't
wonderful.
said one cuss word yet. Look at me. I'm learning, but it's time to cuss. It's time to fuss. It's time to be an example.
Come on,
While everybody hating on you, that's really your fans.
come
All
on.
you got to do is put the negative down and join. Look, I'm so sorry. Look, I wish I could do what you do. I wish I had your youth. Oh, I wish I had. But you know what? I've been hating on you. Let me learn. Let me see. You done live longer than me. Let me get a little of this now. Why can't we reverse the hatred? Why can't we rehearse
We
the one
can.
of the
I
sickest
can tell you
diseases on
why.
this
I can
planet
tell you why.
called jealousy?
And we were speaking on it earlier,
Come
right?
on.
Them frequencies, right? Them frequencies that officer was talking about, like even in reference to
Yahweh.
to music, right? You realize that these record labels
Oh my
know which
They played
frequency makes you do what,
They played us.
and all they have to do is find the right artist to match the frequency.
They
And so
played
when
us.
you get a Glorilla or you get a Money Bag or you get any of these artists who trending right now,
I just left
most of
out
their
the devil's
labels
office, Sony.
giving them the
Just left
music.
out
What
of
did you
that.
say? What did you say?
I just walked out just a little while ago before this. I just walked out of the devil's office. Sony's legal team.
Her daddy got the music.
But yeah, the music. That, like,
no. Her father owned. Tell him the song your father owned.
My father wrote "Let's Get It On" and
by
for
Marvin.
Marvin Gaye, and I'm the
Okay.
only living heir, and I own all of that music. So I'm the one that sued Ed Sheeran for stealing the music of "Let's Get It On" because Ed Sheeran, but really Ed Sheeran don't even read music. They gave him the music. He wrote the words to "Thinking Out Loud," so he didn't. I don't even think he realized what had happened, and because they had 50 lawyers to me and Ben Crump and them other and Kathyrn Viker, and I won't even name the other two because that was a joke. But God knew exactly what was going on. Sony oversees my father's catalog as well as Ed Sheeran. They had a conflict of interest out the door. They shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
even let it happen. So that's why they still meeting with me. And you know, God has given me the grace and wisdom to know how to deal with what I'm dealing with and to call it what it is. And for that, believe it or not, that side respects me. That's why I was able to walk on that 40th floor at 7 Times Square today and
My
have that
God.
meeting. You
My
know,
God.
so and while I was on here, the
Yahweh.
VP of Sony just called me
Mute your phone,
and I
Yahweh.
sent him to voicemail.
My God.
So I know. Well, y'all
Let me say
preaching to the choir.
let me say this because this is a good show. And a lot of people gonna see this. Let me say this because Brianna, I want you to speak to. What I want to say to all of you, it's our fault now. I'm talking about us pastors, ministers, deacons, singers. It's anybody over 40 years old. It's our fault. We need to tell our children the truth. Let me see what Jesus said when he kept talking to the disciples. If you think y'all might remember this, he said, "Suffer the little children.
Come unto me.
Forbid them not." He didn't say let them go to the disciples. He said, let them come unto me. Because he seen that we weren't going to take care of children. The same thing ain't happening today. Mm-hmm. And he said, if you went to Mark 10, he said, if you hurt one of these, you rather put a milestone around your neck, come on, Jesus, and be told, in the deepest sea. Jesus ain't no punk. We talk punk talk with him. Jesus is humble. He got humility. But when you deal with women and you deal with children, he will come at you. He kicked the table with a whip in his hand. They won't talk about that, Jesus. They won't talk about that one. They won't talk about the one you can slap. So what I'm saying to you, and when he let them slap him, he did that for humility, because humility signals greatness. But what I'm saying, suffer little children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. If you hurt one of these, you've got to put a milestone around your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. So what I'm saying to you, Kathyrn, saying to you, Rihanna, saying to you, Yahweh, we got a hell of a job to do, and we will be successful. For this show and our other shows gonna go big. I need you, Kathyrn, to talk to Tyler Perry while I can get that Johnny Binder movie out. So at the end of the movie, I can show people how me and you turned our life around and came to God. The children.
Can I say something to you, my dear?
Please say it.
Let me say this to you.
Please.
Tyler Perry is an awesome, blessed individual, but everybody want to go to Tyler. So Tyler has gotten to a point, I believe, he has shut down. There are others who are qualified and that can get your story out, okay? Because Tyler creates his own material. Everybody keep thinking he gonna do my story.
He never did a gangster movie.
The God
That's why I
that
think I got a
trust and
chance.
believe that talks to me, he is going to show me who, where, when, and what, and why he needs me to go this way and this way.
Please.
I don't move till the Spirit tell me.
Thank
and
you.
I'm gonna be honest. Your story, you got to remember, your story bigger than a Tyler Perry. So I need you to never. I'm gonna beg you. Look at the story and not the money behind it. I'm not saying you are. God said if you show up, he gonna show out.
Come on.
I ad-libbed that. And I guarantee you, if he feeds the birds in the air, the worms, the fish, the flies, the fleas, hell, even the bed bugs, all of them, why wouldn't he take care of you? When you give him a message that's going to bring the children back to him so they'll quit suffering. Because all of them suffering.
My God.
So quit putting the name of who you want. God going to give you
who he want.
He made more than one Tyler Perry. They just got different names.
Come on. All
you got to do is be still
I
and
agree.
let the wonders of the Lord work in your life, boo. It's
I agree.
coming.
I
But
agree.
make sure you dotting every I and crossing every T correctly. That's for everybody. So don't be no hypocrite, y'all out there. If you're going to do the right thing, do the right thing. Now, mind you, if y'all gave me pizza, I would stop breathing and die because I'm highly allergic to cheese. So what's right for you might kill me. And what's right for me, I eat burn up food. Love it, burn. It's probably bad for me anyway, but I'd rather kill it. I don't want no moo in no cow I eat, if I eat any cow. Y'all might not do that. So everybody's got to get to know how God made them in the whole totality. And then come together and make it work.
Please.
Make it work.
Please.
So I'm just saying you got and it's so much power.
I like that.
Everybody gotta remember. The Bible tells that the tongue is mightier than the sword.
Come on.
So you got to watch how you put your mouth on people.
Mm-hmm.
Because I promise you, you might get by, but you're not going to get away. You got to come clean. Stop straddling the fence, making yourself chafe like you're wearing a 2 little G-string on a big old booty.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, part of that is generational, right? Like I was watching a podcast the other day, and the homie Wallow said this. Wallow said the challenge with our culture is that they gave us scraps and we made it look cool.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? They gave us the scraps and we made it look cool. And we've been generations deep in making the scraps look cool to the point now where our younger generation don't know that these are scraps. You know right. They don't realize that these is actually scraps. We've just learned to survive with it. And so I think part of it is back to the education component. Like we have to teach.
We have to teach.
We have to teach at an early age. A lot of what you were saying was really financial literacy.
We
You
lost
said
them.
stop buying nails and lashes and put that aside if you know you need Christmas gifts, right? That's a financial literacy
Okay,
issue.
well,
that
1 minute.
you
Brianna,
back?
Brianna, say something about all this killing going on. And how do it look to you at 25?
We lost them again,
What can
y'all.
you say the young people to stop killing each other?
People I've grown up with, I've seen them, they're going left and right. I mean, not only killing each other, I mean drugs too. Drugs is a big thing going on right now too. And I know someone that just, they took one bad pill and I mean they lost their life. So
What's that pill name on this killing everybody now?
Fentanyl.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
Fentanyl.
Can't hear.
That's the biggest thing I've been seeing lately.
Can you hear Kathy?
She said she can't hear, but we can hear her and everything.
Someone in my apartment complex right behind me overdosed, and I think he was like 18 years old. I guess he was taking Xanax. They didn't tell me any information there, but I had to find the police report to find out what happened because I thought someone got murdered. And so I found the police report, and they found Xanax, and I guess the Xanax had fentanyl on it, and it killed him.
Yeah, and the challenge about that, right? When you deal in street activities like that, pills, drugs, and things of that nature, is unlike. See, how can I phrase this? Unlike cities and states where it's legal, right? Like buying Kathy bought a weed. Buying weed from somebody on the streets is a different experience from buying it in a dispensary.
That's
I mean, Kathy tells us all the time the weed has fentanyl on it now.
It does, and
They
so
grow it with that cold fentanyl water. They had 4 or 5 different types of weed back in our day. They got 900 witches pity, dragon breath, everything. All of that's different levels. They got scientists that they have paid
employing to
millions
make
of
it
dollars
stronger
to create some stuff to take us all out. And we fall line, hook, and sinker. Oh, it's gonna be legal. It's just weed.
Yeah, thanks. He had a weak signal.
Yeah.
Brianna, I have a question.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about the drug culture. So what is the big escape? What do you think the young people in your generation are trying to escape from?
I mean, everyone has their own vices, and I mean, I feel like when you're in high school, it's more of experimenting, and I mean, some people have hardships, and that's when they begin to get addicted from those things. Even like depression. I mean, I had a boyfriend that had passed away when I was 19, and his was drug induced. He ended up passing away in Webster County Jail, and I mean they could have used Narcan and saved his life, but I mean he mixed like I think an oxy and cocaine, but he was so addicted to oxys that he couldn't get off of them because it would make him sick. And I would try to support him the best way I could, but I mean it just comes to a point, like if they don't want to get better, then I mean there's nothing we can really do about it. But I really think depression is a big thing.
It is.
I think it's becoming more accustomed to culture because we're seeing all of these pop stars do it. Like even Justin Bieber. I mean, I think Justin Bieber is on something here recently. I mean, we're just seeing it become a lot more common, and I think people are looking up to that and trying it. And
It's a lot
then
more common. It's a lot more accessible. Is easier to access. all of the above. And you're right. I think a lot of the unfortunate messaging come from the music we're listening to, right?
That's a fact.
Like, you know, future say Percocet,
Come on.
Percocet, Molly Percocet, right?
Yeah.
That's the hook of the song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And so if you take that messaging, back
Exactly.
what we was talking about, put it on the right frequency,
Come on.
right?
Mhm.
And now this is mass distributed, and then the system makes it go global, right?
I don't think there's one. Well, there probably is one, but I mean, most of the viral top songs right now, they all talk about drugs. All of them.
Yeah, drugs,
Just
killing,
let-
disrespect to women.
Let me say this. Music came from lamentation. It
Mhm.
was to inspire, not expire.
Yeah.
The devil and the presidents of these companies work for the devil, and has took our children to do what they doing is filthy music. Almost 90% of it's filthy. Common, Dougie Fresh, KRS-One, a few of them, Cal Wayne, a few of them, Xavier. We got a few of them coming away from it, helping us. Let me say this. I want to show all of y'all, Kathyrn, Griffin, you, Brianna, Yahweh, play one of our things so they can speak on it with us. One of our where they stabbed the mama, and the other one where the shooting went on.
Yeah, I got two of them I'm about to get to, and so
I want y'all to see this.
Kathyrn, she froze. I think her signal.
Miss Griffin, your thing keep freezing.
I'm gonna bring her back on
That's you.
because I wanted to get her opinion on this one here, and so
Yahweh,
all
both of them on.
Okay, they both back on. Okay, cool. We bring y'all back to the stage. All right, y'all. So dig this. We had a portion of the show where I like to kind of go through some videos that's from our local news about some activities that's been going on in our state, in our city, in our community. And I would love to get y'all opinion on these on the backside. And so this first one here, we'll watch the video and then we'll come back and y'all give me some y'all opinion on it.
Houston police investigating a shooting outside of what was believed to be an after-hours club.
And so it happened on Nyack, just off the Gulf Freeway on the southeast side, and 2 people were shot and 2 others were grazed by bullets. ABC 13's Micah Hatfield joins us live there from the scene. Micah.
Hey, good morning. So this is Social Empire. It's what police believe to be an after-hours club. Inside, there are still lights flashing, but certainly the party is over. It ended when gunfire rang out here just outside of this believed to be club. This is on Nyack, just off of the Gulf Freeway. Police say the shooter was in a car that passed by the location at about 3 a.m., doubled back and fired into the crowd. They estimate there were between 15 and 20 people standing outside, and then again, others inside. And you saw that bullet hole that entered inside of this club. 2 people were hit by the gunfire, and police say 2 others were grazed by bullets. Police did not have a motive when we heard from them.
We are blessed in this situation to have this occur and no one lose their life. We're blessed for that, but it's still an issue, and it's something we need to address.
After-hours clubs are something that police have been dealing with a lot lately. At our last check with police, they told us that no shooting suspects were in custody. The detective on the case is out here gathering video. There are a number of cameras along the front of this strip center that will hopefully provide them with some kind of idea about who is behind this. Live in Southeast Houston, Micah Hatfield, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
All right, so we call it gloves up, guns down, right? And one of the reasons we focus on that is because one of the core missions is to try and curb the violence, try to stop the violence, try to put out a message to combat that type of stuff, right? And I got a bunch of videos we could have watched. That was just the first one. And so I like to kind of tap in with Yahweh because he was in law enforcement at a certain point. And so I'm curious to know how you feel about those type of drive-by shootings, and more importantly, your sentiments on after-hour clubs.
you certainly can go into a lot. I would say, what else are they going to get in the after club besides more drinking? A lot of these people already may have underlying issues, mental issues. A lot of things go undiagnosed.
Come on.
And now you including alcohol in the mixture, along listening to the music. You got three spirits going in your mind. We can get on, that's a whole nother subject. But you have three things going on that can cause change. Just the wrong song come on, man, it's mayhem.
Yeah, they hit you with the frequency that triggers you to be violent, right? Or a frequency that triggers you to be calm, or a frequency that triggers you. And so they hit you with that fight song at the right time, and then
a guy look at you and you bouncing to the music, you really in a trance. The music is really set for a trance.
Yeah.
Kathy,
most of the things that we,
Kathy, you unmute yourself.
Yeah, most of the things that we're dealing with. That's another subject. I'm gonna put it out here. A lot of the things that we're dealing with is witchcraft.
Come on.
You take, for instance, just the Starbucks sign. Study the history of it.
There ain't no doubt about it. I've been studying for about a year now, off and on. Starbucks.
When you look at someone said, as a college professor said, the tell/lie vision. But what is the origin of the word Hollywood? People, if you're out there, you need to look it up. The word Hollywood, the 13th witch would take from the holly tree and cast spells. Everybody's controlled by their television. All of their thoughts, their precepts, thoughts are coming from a device that can't help them but destroy them.
Yep. And now when you include technology into the equation, right? And now it's not just a TV, now it's an iPad, now it's a phone, now it's a projector, now it's a camera, now you got access to this live stream of negative information wherever you at, 24 hours a day, on demand. You know what I'm saying? And so part of the challenge is not only that access to the information, but back to the education component, we got to teach our people where to go find this information, right? Because the reality is we're gonna have a phone, we're gonna have the internet, we're gonna have access to the technology. They give them kids iPads in schools, so we can't get around not having access to it. I think the challenge is people accessing the wrong stuff.
I want to say something about
the wrong stuff.
Where'd it go? I want to say something to y'all about this after hour club, because I own, and I'm not bragging, but I own 2 after hour clubs, 3 at one time. Sophisticated lady, and then I had Players Club on Cavalcade. Then I had the other club on Cavalcade too. I had a mansion I turned into one. After Hour Club is one of the worst things besides slavery ever happened to us. Look what it say, after hour, happy hour, after hour. Well, happy hour, you want to be happy for an hour. After hour, I didn't get happy for that hour. So I need an after hour, and it's all filth, sex, drugs, fighting, killing, and the government is giving sportsman license. So by right, if they really give a damn about what's going on, and I'm not cursing, Mark 16:16, God damn the wicked, Miss Griffin. I'm damning the wicked. We don't need no after hour club. They need to take their ass home, because when they leave from 2 o'clock and go to that one 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, somebody gonna get killed, somebody gonna get raped, So something's gonna happen because you tired, you're full of alcohol, that filthy music, the triggeration going on, the vibrating going on. Somebody look at your woman, nigga, what you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Your woman butt naked.
Either that or you know, if you out in the after hours, you out because you don't want to go home.
That's
right.
Fact.
or worse, you out seeking destruction.
Say it again.
Seeking
destruction.
You
It's destruction and distraction and destruction. That's what's going on, y'all. These damn after hours is no good. I pray that we one day can shut them all down. They're not helping our community. All they're doing is advancing the kids. Kathyrn, they just had some girls we played about 4 weeks ago. Young girls went to
the teen club.
The teen club called
it was on the north side. We covered that a couple of weeks ago.
It
they
was
were
called
14, 15, curfew.
Curfew club. The little girl was there at 10:30. She get killed because her mama somewhere was some Negro that left the girl at the club. They go to shooting the other little girl, 14, 115, and 115 get killed. The 114 get shot. And the mama somewhere was some Negro, and they done left the baby at the curfew club on Jensen. Why would you take a 15-year-old girl to a filthy club, not curfew club? Curfew club, the curfew should have been at 8, 9 o'clock. She should have been at home. So again, these clubs, if you take all the women out the club right now, the clubs will die overnight. The women keep the club going with sex. If you take the women out the club, ladies and gentlemen, the club ain't worth a damn. They'll go to the liquor store and buy the alcohol. The men, they're buying alcohol because it's a hunter in the game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving it up, damn it. It's the hunter in the game. The man, the hunter, and the woman, the game. So she's sitting naked, her legs out. She was trying to get a car note, ass note, shoes, whatever she got. I had one woman that had 4 different dudes to take care of her bill. And I met them, men I got close. So what I'm saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, the club is not good for us. It means club in the head. I'm talking about the after hour and the club itself. All the club owners ain't doing a damn thing for this community. None of them. 50-50, none of them. Not one of them. They take their money, buy their mansion, taking their wife and their family, and everybody at their club drunk. So that's all it is. One of my sons spent over $200,000 in 12 months and went to jail and had to do 4 months on the DWI. When you get 2, the third was a felony.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a con game. These clubs are con game, clubbed in the head. They ain't nothing but holes in the goddamn wall. That's all it is. And if you take the women out the club die overnight. So what my job is, and Kathyrn and the rest of us, I'm trying to get the women out the club where the club can slow down and pump the brake. Because they don't give a damn about our community. They don't put no money in our community. No after start, nothing. We need vocational school. All the clubs, we need to make them give us money for vocational school because all they doing is killing our women. Because alcohol is a 14% decayed poison plant. It's poison and we drinking it. That's what's wrong with these after hour clubs and clubs themselves. We've been clubbed in the head.
Domestic violence is to blame for a triple shooting that left 2 people dead.
Yeah, so this happened off the Northwest Freeway near West Little York in Northwest Houston at an unsanctioned car meetup. ABC 13's Chaz Miller is live this morning at HPD headquarters. And Chaz, police say this is related to domestic violence.
My God.
Yeah, Samika, that's what they told us. Now, all the victims here and the shooter are all in their 20s. So let's tell you more about what happened. Police saying that shooter is
all in their 20s
years old. And here is a timeline of events. They say the 26-year-old showed up at that event and saw his ex-girlfriend with her new boyfriend. She was shot multiple times and died. The new boyfriend was shot once. He's expected to survive. Investigators say after all of that, the shooter shot and killed himself. They reminded the public that it does not need to get to this point.
You can go down and to any local area police department, and they will give you all the resources you want. But there are a lot of resources out here. You can go online, you can go to HPD's website, and there's just a lot of resources out there. There's no need to be, stuck in a situation without help.
Now, this was all discovered around 11 o'clock last night when a Harris County Sheriff's deputy heard gunshots. He found the scene, even rendered aid to that surviving victim. He then called HPD, who is investigating this. Reporting live in downtown, I'm Chaz Miller, ABC 13 Eyewitness News.
My God.
So you got domestic violence situation, right? Pull up at the meetup.
Unmute your phone. Unmute your phone, Captain.
It say it is.
It's
okay.
unmuted.
Yeah, it is. It says
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we hear you now.
I can hear Brianna.
I hear you, Brianna.
Okay.
Captain.
Okay. You know what's crazy about that is that, I mean, I've even seen a story of a girl who did all of the things. She kept calling the police over and over and over about her one ex-boyfriend. And then she even put a restraining order on him and everything. He ended up coming, breaking into her house before they got home. When they got home, they didn't know he was in the house. They seen his car. She's seen his car keys. Ended up calling the police, and they took their time on getting there. He ended up shooting her whole family, and then he ran out of bullets to shoot her. He was gonna shoot her too, but he ran out of bullets.
So that's wow. Sorry to hear that. Right. That's
Crazy.
That's shocking.
Can you hear?
No, Kathy can't hear us, and we can't hear her. And I'm not.
She can hear us. She can hear us.
But we can't hear her. I'm gonna remove you and then bring you back, Kathy.
He gonna remove you and bring you back.
But I mean, that's just crazy. I think they need to implement some other avenues for these domestic violence victims.
It's domestic violence has become one of the worst things in America. Almost 80% of domestic violence, when the police go out to serve the warrant or deal with it, something happened that's not good. So domestic violence have, for the last 10 years, have been very detrimental. They almost go out now with their guns cocked because it's that bad. Because the dude is in a rave with his girlfriend, his wife. Bitch, police come back, and they're just tripping. They've been triggered. They don't have no humility, and they wild and crazy because that's not love, that's lust, and they've been triggered. And this is my sex, and if I can't have it, I'm killing her. They shooting their wives in the face. They're doing it all. Kathy, can you hear us now? We brought you back. Can you hear us?
Nope, we can't hear you.
Is the mic red? Is the mic button red?
It says she's unmuted.
That's not showing. But Brianna, you're right. And we were talking about why women don't call the police or report it. And I know back in the day that was really one of the main things, because if you call,
you unmuted your phone.
If you call, then the police don't show up, and you still have to deal with him and retribution and stalking. And it just seemed like it was escalating things. So hopefully the good news is they show up more now. So I don't want that to stop anyone from definitely calling and getting help. Please call. Please call. Please
and
call.
I mean, when you call, they usually tell you they can't really do anything unless he does something. So
that's crazy.
That's another problem too. You can do a restraining order, but they can't pursue anything until he does something. Like if he shows up with a gun, then they can arrest him.
But he can kill you.
Exactly. So you have to let it get to that point before there's any.
So you got to put your life on the line to get some help.
Yes, exactly.
Captain, can you hear us now? I can hear you through the telephone.
Oh, that was on the phone. Okay, I was like, I could barely hear.
Yeah.
While we're waiting to get Miss Kathy back online, I did want to let you know that help is available. If you or someone you know is facing issues with domestic abuse, there is the National Domestic Violence Hotline that can help find resources in your area, and you can call them at 1-800-799-7233.
Say it again.
Again, 1-800-799-7233.
Now, what's wrong with you? We can't figure out what's wrong with you.
That don't exist are not any longer funded.
Right.
Say that. We need some stuff that actually we can put animals in shelters and can't put humans in beds.
Man.
Yeah.
We're doing more for the animals than we're doing for children. We're adopting more animals than children in the last 12 years. It's 80 million dogs in America. And we take care of dogs better than we take care of our children.
And then what was it today, Miss Kathy? I saw where one victim advocacy group, I can say that right, lost $2.8 million in funding. So they were instrumental in helping victims of violence and sex trafficking and things of that nature. They lost their federal funding.
They cut mental health, money, domestic violence, and substance abuse.
Mhm.
And that's the stuff they poisoned our communities with in the first place. Now
Mhm.
we got you hooked. We ain't gonna unhook you, and I'm pulling the money back. So there you go. Bullshit. Excuse me, I had to cuss.
So Sweet, I got a question for all y'all on here. This one involves a killing as well, but it's not domestic. This wasn't anything in the hood. I wanted to get y'all opinion on the mass shooting that happened at FSU the other day, right? Because mass killings in America.
Today on the Florida State University campus. This is one day after a gunman who police say is an FSU student opened fire on campus. 2 people were killed and several others were injured. Fox's Sarah Allegre is live in Tallahassee tonight with an update on what's happening on campus.
My God.
Yeah, Caroline, we just finished up this visual a couple of moments ago. As you can imagine, it was very quiet and emotional. You could really feel the weight of everyone's emotions here. It was palpable. Now, we heard from the university's president. We talked about more of the victims, their impact here on this community. Now, earlier I was on campus this whole day. I also talked to a couple of witnesses there. Take a listen to what they said.
I saw him maybe like 10 feet away, and he had the pistol or whatever the weapon was. And then I saw a cop running towards me, so I kept running towards the cop, and then he kind of redirected his aim towards the cop, or I think he kind of ran away from the cop a bit.
Almost like this perpetual purgatory for so long, trying to figure out what was going on and what was happening and who I knew that was here and if they were okay and if they weren't okay. I really think that we're not going to get through this without one another. That's where the healing process happens, and we're not going to make change unless we work together to do that and to protect our campus and protect our lives.
The shooting happened just outside the Student Union building. Since last night, the spot has turned into a memorial with flowers, candles, handwritten notes, and embraces, really, that people have shared between friends and strangers. Now, police say the 2 people killed were not FSU students. Rather, they're identified as Robert Morales, a local here, and Tirachapa, an employee of a campus vendor. 6 other people were injured. Now, this afternoon, we did get an update from the hospital where those victims are recovering. Doctors say everyone injured is expected to survive.
Those were gunshot wounds to extremities, chest, abdomen. All 6 of them today are in stable condition. One, which is in fair condition given a serious injury. 2 of them are possibly going home today, which we're extremely proud of.
And then I'm gonna have to go.
Yeah, the suspected shooter is 20-year-old Phoenix Eichner, a current FSU student and stepson of a Leon County Sheriff's deputy. The sheriff said yesterday it was his stepmother's former service weapon that was found at the scene. Police officers say they did shoot the suspect because he was not listening to their commands. He is now recovering at a nearby hospital as investigators work to piece together a motive. In Tallahassee, Florida, Sarah Allegre, back to you.
Kathyrn, Miss Griffin, you want to say something? I'm doing it with the phone because your thing not working for whatever reason.
I understand. So what I want to say is, a lot of this, like we were talking about, it all goes back to all those algorithms and these children. But half of their mamas is in my program in the penitentiary, and they come from all over the doggone country. So they're gonna find a family, and in order to get in, you got to go show that you bad, that you're a killer. Just in order to prove that you qualify to get in that family or that gang or that cult, just go shoot up some people. And you immune to it because you don't know them no way. It's like stepping on a fly or a roach. You know, ain't got no attachment to it. And they have been trained silently but screaming for years through all of this technology to desensitize and to snatch the souls out of all our children. And you know, first of all, the great grandmama is 36. The grandmama 24. The mama is 12.
My God.
So you got to look at what you're dealing with. And a lot of brains, I don't care, the first time you ever smoked some marijuana, whether it was fentanyl in it, chemicals or whatever, that's the day your brain stopped aging. So wherever they started it, the mentality that they are in, whether they're 72, they might have a 12-year-old mentality. And they knew that. People like Elon Musk and all of them, they know.
Come on.
How to target these different groups, and then you go cut the money and you blame it on the ones that are abusing the system. But the funny thing is more white people on food stamps than anybody.
My God.
I'm just saying that, and I got to run.
We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Give a round of applause, please. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for taking that much time with us. I appreciate you. This show, you have it. I want you to put it out. Let everybody know the great work you did. I'm going to get other people to put it out, and I'm going to have put it out everywhere we can put it out, because this was a great talk show, a great podcast, because everybody had a different idea, but we also have solutions so we can do something with our children, our kids and our kind. So Miss Kathyrn Griffin, thank you. Thank you for your children. Thank you to being one of my best friends. I love you. I love your husband, your children. You be careful, and may God bless you.
God bless you. Be home. Come to class whenever y'all can.
Thank you.
We'll be there.
Yes, ma'am. Love you.
Love y'all.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye.
You know, that killing, ladies and gentlemen, at the school, it's too much of that going on. And the schools are not being protected. And I'm going to get us to Al Green. Me and him talked about it about 4 months ago. I'm going to show them how to stop them from getting the guns in there or somebody walking in. You have to treat it as a business now. The same way they do the court, everybody got to go through that thing, take it. It's going to be the same.
But how can we, in theory, right, that makes sense.
You got to do it at the school.
But I get that. But let's look at a school.
The college going to be a little hard.
Exactly. This is FSU.
Yeah.
This ain't a high school.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there thinking about U of H. I'm like, bro, you can come off McGregor, Cullen, MLK.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 entrances. It's schools over a 10-mile radius.
Yeah.
And so
you can protect the schools better than the college.
Definitely. High schools.
Yeah.
High schools, elementaries, middle schools.
Yeah. But it's something. I spoke about this last week or week after last. And I know people ain't going to like this, what I'm going to say, but it's the truth. And if you want to come on here, I'll meet you wherever you want to meet, at your church, your mosque, wherever you want to meet. And I put my life on what I'm saying. When you got crime at the top, it trickles down to ignorant people that's listening to the crime, because what they saying, he did it, I can do it. He got away with it, I can get away with it. That's not true, because he done played on the people. And a lot of the people now, brother, are voting against him. Now, he going to keep 20-30% of them that's like him. But all that make America great again, is this making America great again? He mad at the dude because the dude don't want to get their land up. He told him, you ain't got nothing, you in another.
Oh, Greenland. Yeah.
The man wants to take the man land where he can, when he ain't president, go over there and rebuild it where he can make billions of dollars. This the Kathyrn game. He wants the land where he can send builders over there and get his kickback. I'm giving you up, Mr. Trump. So he just got found guilty on if the thing worth 200, he says worth 300. Yeah. So he does that. He been bankrupt 6 times in 1 year. This ain't no hell of a business, man. If his dad didn't get no money, he'd have been on the bridge. He ain't got no hell of a mindset. Look at him. And he's not going to deal with China. China ain't going for none of that. We can play with China if we want to. If we do, we're going to get blowed out the water. China ain't nothing to play with, man. Them folks got 2 billion people over there, man. They got more people in their army, 3 times the more we got. We got 350 million people. They got 2 billion something.
Mm-hmm.
Every bomb we got, they got it 10 times. China told them, said, Mr. Trump, please stop. You know I ain't calling you kissing your ass. So stop, man. Stop.
So I'm gonna do this one last, and we'll wrap up just because you kind of brought it up.
Yeah.
This morning after 2 days of gains in hopes that trade tensions between the U.S. and China will ease.
This comes as a dozen Democrat-led states sued the Trump administration to stop its tariff policy, saying it's unlawful and has brought chaos to the economy. The lawsuit challenges the president's authority to issue tariffs without going through Congress. The president now says he's looking to cut tariffs on China, but only if they're matched by Beijing. The administration is also in talks with dozens of other countries on new trade deals.
Meanwhile, the Trump administration scored a legal win for their tariff plan on Wednesday after the U.S. Court of International Trade rejected a request from a group of small businesses for a temporary restraining order for those levies. Well, the panel ruled those businesses failed to show that they would suffer immediate and irreparable harm from the tariffs. The decision leaves the taxes in place while the group's lawsuit plays out in court.
This comes as President Trump says he could reimpose reciprocal tariffs on some countries within the next few weeks. CNN reports the president made that statement during an Oval Office ceremony Wednesday. The president paused his tariffs earlier this month to give countries time to negotiate. Trump administration officials have said up to 100 countries have offered to negotiate deals. Without those deals, the president could impose tariffs as high as 50% on some countries, except for China, which currently faces a 145% tax on Chinese imports. Well, plans are now in the works at the White House.
Right, so I'm gonna cut it right there. But I just want to kind of go out on the topic of the economy and the tariffs, because you were just talking about that, and so I was like, this is a good time to kind of go out on that.
Yes, sir.
Right. I saw messaging from the Walton family who owns Walmart and Sam's. They combined with it was Walmart, it was HEB, it was
HEB.
It was like 4 big box stores, and they all basically sent messages to the government that we're gonna have empty shelves because of these new tariffs. Like, we just can't get product in. Bun B put out a message because he's trying to open up a Trill Burgers out here in Fort Bend and one in Cypress, and they literally already got the land, already started the process. He had to halt construction because the tariffs increased the price of steel, and so now he's trying to source different steel to get his buildings built. I just bought them 2 up because that was kind of top of mind right now. But real examples. Right, real examples of the repercussions for how the current president is handling tariffs.
Yeah.
And so
he have created a problem. He have created a major problem.
So as we kind of close out for the day, he had a great show. Shout out to Kathyrn Griffin, came on and really blessed us. Shout out to Yahweh and his insight. Shout out to Breonna Taylor, who came on and shared her story and condolences to her people and what they went through. But good. So take us out on that note, right?
Yeah.
On the economy and what we need to do to kind of shift that.
It was a lady in Alabama last night. I was looking at her, and she's like a Jasmine Crockett. Boy, she was on it. She got all the numbers, the figures, and she had about 5 other people there from the food bank and all the the school. She showed them where if they don't stop these people, hundreds of thousands of children, millions of children gonna starve to death. People gonna lose their places, lose their apartment. It's gonna be chaos to the fullest, man. We'll be like a third country if we don't stop Trump. We have to take the power away from him. He's just signing stuff. He's creating chaos purposely.
Yeah, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction because he's upset because he can't be the president 3 times. So he says, you Negroes ain't gonna let me be the president 3 times, then I'm gonna cause chaos. But if he run into China, Canada already told him, we'll just turn your lights off. About 60 million people wearing no lights. Keep playing with us. So, and Canada sent a word over and said, look, American people, we love you. You're an ally.
We don't want to do this.
Right.
Look at you. You heard?
Yeah.
The man had a suit on, real handsome, about 40 years old. He said, I don't want to do this to you.
This is your president's fault.
He said, but y'all got to do something with your president. He said, if you don't, I'm going to have to hurt you all, and it would hurt me to hurt you.
Because it's going to hurt us too.
He said, because you can't win. China gave them $400 and something billion for the turn of the oil where it was coming here, and Trump with that buffoonery, they took the contract, tore it up. It's a valve. Now the valve goes to China. China done bought the valve for the oil. Say, man, everything gonna go up. This man don't know what he's doing, and the man should have been dealt with. Take the power out of his hand. The man is a wild man. He's trying to do Project 2025.
They are doing it.
So if we democracy means democratis, the rule of the devil. Autocracy, what he doing mean the rule of the devil again. But nobody's doing theocracy, the rule of God, which what Jesus would do, Muhammad, Moses, the rest of them would do. So this ain't no white and black thing or Democrat and Republican thing. This is a right thing. If we don't stop Donald Trump, he's going to bankrupt America like it was in 1929. He don't give a damn. He's so crazy. He's signing stuff. Everybody, look, man. They make them tennis shoes for $6. Over here, them tennis shoes be $400-$500 now. So again, everything he's trying to. And then when he went to deal with the phones and the laptops and all that, he stopped.
Yeah, you seen him back on that real quick.
Look at you. You
back on that real quick.
Because if you stop these telephones, these iPhones, they guard. This the new guard right here, the iPhone.
Yeah.
It's the new guard. Yes, this guard. They go to sleep with it, they wake up with it. They go to sleep with it, they wake up with it. They don't wake up with guard, they wake up with this iPhone. So, and tablets and the rest of that stuff. So Trump, he didn't go back, he ran back. So where's Congo? Congo got the piece that go to the phone. If Congo stops selling in America, all these phones go off. It's something over there in the ground in Congo that they need.
That they use to create the chips.
Yeah. Look at you.
They make the cases too. The cases for your computer, the cases for this. I forget what it's called.
He the first president. Let me say this. He the first president ever in history of time. He lied about making America great again. I want you to hear me, Mr. Trump. I know you don't think I'm nobody, but it's gonna come to you. Just keep going. God got something for you. He the first president need a psychosocial assessment. He need a dianetic. Dianetic means pulling the devil out of him, pulling the foolishness out of him. Something happened to him. He's eradicated. He has systemic racism of his own people, not just black. His own wife, you go to kiss her, you go to reach out her hand, she go to wave it. She just waiting, man, till it's over to get her money and get on. I ain't mad at your sister, I understand. So again, Donald Trump has to be stopped by the Republicans and the Democrats. 38 Republicans already say we ain't going that way. But it needs to be 100 and something, 200. The man is, if y'all can't see something wrong with Donald Trump, then there's something wrong with you. The man needs a psychosocial assessment, him and Elon Musk. Elon Musk is crazier than him.
So Elon about to step down.
Yeah. Look, man.
He about to step down because Tesla stocks are falling.
Yeah, but it don't make a difference. They're gonna keep falling because that's a con game. He's still on Tesla. Him stepping down, that's what trying to bring it back. So I'm gonna get Roland Martin and the rest of the people. Stop buying a Tesla. Don't buy no more. If you got one, sell it and get you something else. He has to be broke. He's running around with a saw. I'm cutting. He cut $840 billion from Medicaid, taking insurance. Then he turned around taking Social Security. How you gonna take somebody's Social Security? And over 40% of the people, veterans that fought for this country. Come on, man. Look,
not
man.
Just that happened. You pay into Social Security.
Let me say this and get out the way. When God does this, I need some glasses real bad. I ain't got my glasses on.
Yeah, you took them off.
No, let me see this. No, I need something that can read. Oh, I got. Oh, damn.
You can see the moon. You can see the moon.
Say, man.
The galaxies opened all up.
Say. Oh my God, Kathyrn. I don't know who made these glasses, but you can see it. Brother, I see Wade. Jesus. I can stand over here. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to show y'all. We needed that joke, all the stuff going on. I just want to show y'all why we're not successful. God have 99 attributes. I'm dealing with the 52, but I'm not going to read all of them. But I'm going to read a few of them that's real pertinent and understandable and powerful. All of them are, but some are more powerful than other ones. You need to understand that you can call God. You don't have to take the gun and shoot your wife 7 times. You don't have to shoot all your children and shoot yourself. You just don't have to do that.
You got to shoot your ex at the club.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Shoot the boyfriend.
Yeah, and then shoot yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, let me give you some help. The God Almighty Creator, the God who sees me, the God Almighty, the everlasting God of the eternal God, the Lord will provide. Wait a minute, he will what? The Lord, if you call him, he will provide. He's the Lord of Masters, the Lord who heals, Jehovah Rapha, Jehovah Salom. He's the Lord of peace, the Lord of banner, consuming fire, jealous, Holy One of Israel, the Lord of peace, the Lord of hosts, the Lord of my rock. He's your rock, and the Lord of my shepherd. He's the king, he's the husband, he's the living God, he's the dwelling place, refuge, shield, a fortress, strong tower, judge, hope of Israel, the Lord of righteousness, God of the Most High. I'm trying to get something in your head because I know the pastor's not reading this to you. So let me read it to you because you can call on God. You ain't got to get no gun. Let me help you out. The Lord is there. The Father, Emmanuel, meaning God is with us, the Lord of the world, child, bread of life, physician, Lamb of God, kings of kings, Prince of peace, Christ the Messiah, Rabbi, Word. Come on, y'all. Cornerstone, capstone, bridge, the morning star, the Lion of Judah, the tribe of Judah, Lion, friend. He's your friend. He's Alpha and Omega. He's before and the ending. Come on, y'all. The Jesus, the Savior, the bridegroom, the husband, the Son of David, the priest of prophets, the Son of God, the Son of Man, God the shepherd, the servant of God, the man of sorrow, the Redeemer. But the last one, I am. He told Moses, go and tell Pharaoh what I am.
That I am. Yeah.
That I am. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we love you, but we got to stop being a fool and get away from this Willie Lynch, fear, distrust, and envy, and stop killing one another. We don't love our own self. That's why we kill people that look like us. Oh, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. We don't, if I don't love me, I shoot my brother. My brother can hit me right now. I'm going to hold him. I'm going to run out the door, get in my truck. I'm coming back with no gun. I'm going down that road, tell her, get out of here, get in an Uber, come on down the street, and I'm gone. When I see him a month from now, 2 months from now, Chuck, you all right? It takes a man to do that. But if he hit me and I shoot him, I want to shoot him anyhow. I'm just looking for an excuse. Right. That's like when people cuss you out and call you a hoe and all this and that. And you say, what you doing? The alcohol made me do it. No, the alcohol brought out of you what was in you.
Already there.
So we got to stop it. The names of God and the praying of God is most essential important. You heard them names I called, the Son of David, the priest, the prophet, the Son of God, the great I am.
One of the most important names you said on there was a friend.
Don't you do that?
Yeah. And I'm saying that because we're talking about people who not praying, they're not building a relationship with God, but instead they killing folks, right? Killing exes, having domestic violence, mass shootings, drive-bys, right? And usually people with some sort of mental challenge or in a situation where they acting out because they ain't got nobody to talk to. They don't have a friend. You know what I'm saying? They don't have somebody they can cast their cares on and who can actually do something about it without judging them, right? Because too many of us times we don't share with our peers out of fear of judgment. And so one of the most important names on there was friend.
Friend is, let me help you out now. Friend is the greatest thing in the Bible. You know why? Because if you're my friend, I'm not going to shoot you. I'm not going to kill you. I'm not going to touch your wife. I'm not going to steal out your house. That's why they put love all over the Ten Commandments. Look what God said at the end. When studying the names of God, it helps to realize that names in the ancient world in which the Bible was written often function differently than today. At least in Western world edition, distinguishing, don't miss this, y'all, one person from another, linking people to their family heritage. Names were thought to reveal the essential nature and character of a person. This is particularly true when it comes to the various names and titles of God revealed in Scripture. Furthermore, it was thought that to know God's name was to enjoy kind, privileged access to Him. Once His people knew His name, they could cry out to Him. But if you don't know His name, you can't cry out to Him. You can't cry out to Him because you don't know His name. You think His name is just God. He got way more names than that. So we have lost our everlasting mind. We know every rap song. Suck me, hit me, put your finger in your booty, vote you, let you neck you all night. Let me put it in you. Let me piss on you. We got all the rap songs, but we don't know one God song. We don't know one God song. We don't know one scripture. We don't know His title. We don't know His attributes because we've been distracted to the devil. And here go the biggest devil, the one-eyed idiot box, television, one-eyed idiot box. Not the one, this is the first thing that would beat the television out. People ain't look at TV no more.
Oh, no, it's on your phone.
All that. People's shoulders, everything going out now.
Oh, look, you got me. I watch TV on my phone. So you absolutely right about that.
Come on, man.
Absolutely right, man.
I end with this, ladies and gentlemen. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up. If you pick up the gloves up, you live another day. You pick up the guns, you die the same day. Even if you don't get killed, if you kill somebody, you're still dead mentally. So again, ladies and gentlemen,
and physically, because you're about to go to jail, then your life is gone.
Yeah. So what we saying to you, in the blood of Jesus, what we saying to you, we believe in resurrection, not Easter. We believe in God, not Halloween. We believe in hallelujah, not Halloween. We don't believe in Christmas. We believe in Christ. Everything they ever taught us is a lie. And you pastors need to get them trees out your church, them eggs. Stop it. You're misleading the people. I was in a church in Dallas. They do some great work. They are powerful. And they take care of millions of people. Pastor, the only thing I'm asking you to do, stop saying Easter and say resurrection. Don't say Christmas. Say Christ. Because December is Decoma. It's not the 12th month. It's the 10th month. So everything pastor has been taught is a lie. So I'm asking you, pastors, come on, help me, man. Let's save our people's life. Jesus said the truth will set you free. He didn't say a lie will set you free. Let's stop selling out for money. Money, love of money is the root of all evil. Let's stop. Look what's happening to all our children. They shooting and killing. That don't hurt you. That don't mean nothing to you. When Jesus said, suffer little children, forbid them not, let them come unto me. If you hurt one of these, you rather put a milestone on your neck and be thrown in the deepest sea. That don't mean nothing to you. Because I'll never hear you quoting it. That don't mean nothing to you because you clothed yourself, you fed yourself, but you have not fed the flock. Ezekiel 34. And God said he's going to come and set all of you down. About 80% of you pastors going to be thrown out of there. Because you're playing a game with these Sunday morning disco style show and political horse centers. I love you. I don't love your way. And that's wrong. Stop it. I've been around y'all. I know what you're doing. You don't really want me to talk on you. So stop. You'll be kicked out the next day. Stop, man. Stop. And you know you ain't gonna come at me. You ain't gonna try none of that. Not one of you. You ain't that crazy. So stay in your place. Do what's right. Come on, work with me and Chuck and my sister Kathyrn and Kathy Griffin, our police officer Yahweh, Brianna, all of us, let's work together and let's save thousands and thousands and thousands of our children and open up a vocational school where we can help them have jobs and take the guns out their hands. Want to buy back no guns, they'll hand them to us. So again, we here, gloves up, guns down. Pick up the glove. You live another day. Pick up the guns, you die the same day. This show is going to go worldwide. No one is going to stop it. I know a bunch of y'all trying to stop it. This gloves up, guns down is 7-8 on me in Houston. And I want them to keep going. I don't have no problem with it. But this is the one. We own the name. Gloves Up, Guns Down by Johnny Binder. We own it. We've been on it almost 2 years. You know? So again, we love you. Do your work. Keep boxing. Put the guns down. Make them sign a retaliation thing that they won't fight each other. Give them a couple $100 a piece. And we're going to show you how we're going to do it. We got a gym coming. We're going to own the gym. We're going to put Muhammad Ali up there, my son, and some other people. And we want to bring them in the gym, train them, let them fight, leave their guns away so we can stop this shooting and killing. People looking at us in America say, oh, my God, look at those niggers. Oh, my God, they minister to society. Oh, if we minister to society, minister to, who is minister one? The government. That's who taught you how to do what you're doing. They tricked us. The real gangsters in Atlantic City and Vegas, y'all ain't no gangsters. You think you're a gangster that you shoot each other? That ain't no gangster. You're a gangster when you control their economics. You ain't controlling nothing. The street you're on, you ain't got a house on that. Talking about this your corner. So, man, please stop. Let's talk about fake it until we make it. Stop. Our ancestors died for us. We owe them. We owe our mothers, our fathers, our children. Let's break this generational curse. Come on, y'all in New Orleans, New York, LA. Let's break the generational curse. And all you Negroes that don't want to break the generational curse, then stay in your curse. Stay with your little 2 pennies. But you that believe in God, that want to help God and be a friend of God like Abraham, let's break the curse where we can save our wife, our women, and our children. And you that don't want to do it, you house niggas, stay to the side with Clarence Thomas, and we're going to do what we need to do. Yeah, I call his name. We're going to do what we need to do to save our children, and we're going to do what Malcolm said, by all means necessary. May God bless you. May God keep you. Peace. Man, play your song going out.
Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now. Biggest gangster in the state of Texas, no questions. Trying to stop our brothers and sisters from living reckless. Going live, trying to improve the community. So connect with us, we bring unity. Freedom fighting, on the grind for the people. Power of God, helping us defeat evil.
Don't tell me about the power of God. Man, the power of God, man. Do you understand what I'm telling you?
On the air, trying to give our people guidance. Gloves up, guns down, we trying to stop the violence. Minister Jeremiah got the nation behind us. Every Saturday at 3 p.m., that's where you find us.
And then, you know, and we can't just depend on, like, okay, or try to down our people by them not, you know, oh, they don't have this, they don't have that. Well, why didn't you put them on game?
Attorney Bruce, Mix Foxy, and Dr. Candace bring the cameras. We got receipts and hammers.
Praise your holy mighty name, our Father who art in.
Amen. We the voice of the people, so please listen. Creating accountability for these politicians. Still support the victims while trying to fix the prisons. It's gloves up, it's guns down. Please support the mission. Coming live from Mo City, and we here to win. You trying to help get down with the movement then.
We need mental health. We need money. We need diamonds and gold. You owe us, America.
You know what's up. This one produced by Chuck. Just trying to use the platform to lift the people up. Reduce the death rate of people the same color as us. So put the guns down and pick the gloves up. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Gloves up, guns down. Podcast with Johnny Binder Jr. right now.